Hello once again and welcome. In this lesson we are going to review hand protection. Before we begin this video, I would like for you to take a look at your hands. Go ahead, look at them. We have all day, so you might as well do it. Don't know where to look? Here's a hint. They are at the ends of your arms. Hands are very useful. Your thumb can work with each of your fingers, and your fingers work well with one another. For example, your pinky finger and your ring finger work pretty well together, which allows you to do more complicated things than most animals. Our hands help us do so many things, like writing, holding, carrying, touching, and a million other things that I'm pretty sure you don't want me reviewing in this video. You're still looking at your hands, right? Now I want you to repeat after me. These are the only two hands I will ever have. There are no other two out there like these. These are mine. My hands are quite unique as they can grasp, hold, move, and manipulate objects. They are one of my greatest assets and as such must be properly protected and cared for. Pretty easy, huh? So I bet you're wondering, if it's that easy, why do I feel that this video is not done? Well, because not everyone is getting the gist of it. There are so many hand injuries in today's workplace that we don't think everyone sees their hands as being unique and very important. So let us begin. Why your hands make you special. Yeah, we're not going to go that far. Why your hands make you special. Your hands are always useful, no matter the work you perform. As we stated before, they allow you to grasp, hold, move, and manipulate objects. Your hands not only do the tasks you need to do, but they also help you communicate with others. You can stroke or pat a loved one to show that you care. You can play an instrument. Music fuels the mind and therefore fuels our creativity. There's no better way to show people how much you enjoy something than with how much detail you put into handmade arts and crafts. What about sign language? That has communication all over it, or even while speaking. Some of us can't even communicate verbally without constant gesturing from our hands. Hands allow you to also write down your thoughts, or you can tell people that you're leaving, when you need them, or when they're through. We can go through one by one and start with the thumb. All thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs. The index finger is often used to point at someone or something, although some people think it is rude to point at someone. The third finger is known as the ring finger. Sometimes women and men will wear a ring on the finger of the left hand, or in some cultures on the right, to show that they are married or engaged to be married. Then of course there's the middle finger, the bad finger. That is usually saved for those marriages that don't work. Divorce! Kidding, of course. Or am I? Moving on. So why are we reviewing all of this? We seldom realize how important our hands are and how much we use them until an injury occurs. In the workplace, there are many areas where you can injure your hands with cuts, burns, damage from the use of tools, or contact with chemicals or solvents. There are many preventative measures that you can take to protect your hands at work and avoid unnecessary pain and injury. Our hands are one of our greatest assets. Can you imagine not being able to work with your hands? Some people can all too easily. Ever gone to a horse race and bet, let's say $50 on a horse, and you lose? You then start contemplating what could have been done with that $50. You know what I mean. Don't look at me like that. Now instead of a horse race and $50, think of your workplace and your hands. Is that still a gamble that you think is worth taking? I mean, really think about it. Ever wondered if someone that has just had a hand injured thinks of the possibility that they will never get to do some things again? In June of 2011, an employee was working as a delicatessen shop helper. While she was using the meat slicer, her hand was exposed to the cutting blade on the saw. She sustained a laceration on her hand. There had once been a cut-resistant glove in use at the deli, but it had been missing for over 6 months. The employer did not provide the required hand protection for those using the saw, exposing employees to cuts and amputation hazards. In June of 2012, a machine operator was operating a drill press, making a tap for the leveling bar of a commercial bathroom partition while wearing gloves. During the process, his glove contacted the spinning drill, Because the drill press was outside under an awning and the supervisor and other employees were inside the shop, there were no witnesses. His pinky on his right hand was amputated down to the second joint, and he was hospitalized. Some people are allergic to latex gloves. In July of 2009, a licensed vocation nurse donned latex gloves to give a patient an enema. A coworker then said that the enema was not needed. She took off her gloves and felt a headache. She took a pill and felt it lodge in her throat. She used her fingers to dislodge the pill without washing her hands. She began having difficulty breathing and was hospitalized for 2 days for an allergic reaction to latex. People sensitive to latex can develop a rash or severe irritation if they wear latex rubber gloves. Other types of plastic or rubber gloves do not have that effect. Gloves can actually cause more problems if chemicals get inside the glove. In February of 2011, an HVAC technician came out to a customer's home and was using a coil cleaner in a spray bottle to clean an electronic air cleaner cell. After some time, he picked up the cell to be rinsed. He had unknowingly cut the tips of the glove's fingers on the cleaner cell. About 15 minutes later, he noted irritation and a burning sensation on the 4 fingers of his right hand. The employee went to the hospital for 1.5 weeks due to the injuries to his fingernails. 4 of his fingernails had to be removed. They had become infected. Gloves can fail in conditions of extreme temperatures, high mechanical force, high vibration, or handling extremely harsh chemicals. In March of 2008, an employee was changing a liquid petroleum gas tank on a forklift. The employee took a tank that had needed to be serviced or repaired. The tank was missing the service valve's shutoff handle. The service valve was in the open position, but the check valve was preventing gas from escaping. When the employee connected the forklift fuel line to the tank's service valve, the safety check valve tripped open, allowing gas in the tank to be leaked into the atmosphere. The employee, who was wearing cotton gloves, made several unsuccessful attempts to tighten the loose fitting. The cotton gloves became impregnated with the escaping gas, freezing both of the employee's hands. The employee called for help from his supervisor, who tightened the fitting with a pair of pliers. The injured employee was hospitalized for 8 days with second-degree burns from frostbite on both hands. Thousands of people are injured each year from hand-related injuries that could have been prevented with the proper selection and use of hand protection. We seldom realize how important our hands are and how much we use them until an injury occurs. Get the word out. Share it with your coworkers. Keep each other safe. Goodbye.